Test. All right. Has everyone got a seat? Come in and grab a seat. If you've got a spare seat next to you, put your hand up so these guys can see it. Quality problem. Can't get everyone in the room. Or sit in someone's lap. A good-looking person, of course. Anyone got a seat next to them? If you do, there's one there. There's two there, right? One there. One there, one here. Yeah. It's going to go for hours, so you want to get a seat. I'm joking. And the aircon is right. The aircon's good, right? Okay, great. All right, we're going to get started in about 30 seconds, so get comfy. It's good to be in Melbourne. I felt like I was on the Gold Coast today because it was hot. I wore jeans. I'm like, it is hot. It wasn't good. I had a pretty stressful day. After I did a couple of calls, I walked about 4 blocks away. I thought, I'll walk over to the golf simulator center and hit a few balls in there. And I got there, really stressful part of my day, and it was shut. And so I searched for another one, and I noticed that it was another 10, 12-minute walk. So I walked to that one. By the time I got there, I was really hot. I'm like, this is Melbourne. Was it like this last week? Like this all the time? I'm moving here. Not. You guys really need a seat. You're making me uncomfortable standing. You guys good? We can get you a seat? Okay, great. All right, let's get excited. You guys ready to have a good night? Awesome. We won't keep you guys here too long. Welcome. Thanks for coming out. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Adam. I've been involved in the Juice Plus company for about 3.5 years ago. I often share that I came along to an event like this, but it's nothing like this, to be honest. There were 6 people in a lounge room. So things have changed a little bit now. I certainly wasn't here to do this. So if you're a guest and you don't know why you're here, does anyone not know why they're here? Okay, great. So everyone got the memo, at least there's something. But I kind of sat a little bit like you, Maddie, at the back of the room with my arms crossed like, I'm not doing this thing. I'll just, I'd heard about some pretty incredible stories. I was a traditional business owner. I was working 60, 70 hours a week at the time. I got into owning my own business because I wanted to own my own life. Has anyone got their own business here? At least you guys are here. Notice the business owners never keep their arms up longer than about 3 seconds. They're like, man, it's Wednesday. I'm like, it's tiring. It's certainly not the definition of owning your own life is owning your own traditional business. It's hard work. So I was working lots of hours. I worked out that when I had my own business and I was doing all the hours, I just had an expensive job that required me to turn up every day. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll get some staff. Has anyone had staff before? I thought that'll leverage my time. And then I worked out I had an adult kindergarten. That's not fun. It's not fun. And so, 3.5 years ago, I knew a little bit about the Juice Plus products, and I'm not going to share too much about that. We're going to get Sarah to come up and share about that. So I knew about the quality of it, but the business was I don't know if it's for me. And so I had a few ideas of what it was, but I came along, and all I'd encourage you guys, if you are a guest here tonight, that you come here with an open heart and an open mind. And I say from this angle, come on through, guys, grab a seat. say from this angle, is that would you guys agree, in hindsight, when I look back at my life 3.5 years ago and all the 12, 15 years before that of owning my own business, I mirrored modeled what I saw my dad do. He owned his own business. I'm going to own my own business. That's what we're all doing. We're often mirror and modeling what our parents did, or we're doing the actual opposite. Like, I detest them. I'm not going to do anything that they did, right? But the thing is, it's easy for me to look back now and in hindsight, but has life changed a little bit compared to the way our parents lived their life? No? Even in Melbourne, it's changed, right? You guys are way ahead of us Gold Coasters, right? So it's changed a lot, but the problem is so many of us are mirror and modeling the way they did life. Go to school, get an education, go to college, come out of college and realize there's no jobs for you. And so you go get a job, you work it for a corporate, some sort of big corporate type of place, and then you work yourself up to the top and you realize this isn't the dream either. Or you go and own your own business and you realize that isn't it. The thing is, guys, life has changed. We live in such a different world. And what I get so excited about this is I truly believe this is the way of the future. The way that we come across products, the way we come across services these days is not the same way our parents did. It's through word of mouth and it's through social media. And tonight we're going to share with you guys how to really take advantage of these things that we all have at our hands and really share with you guys an amazing system that has created some awesome success in this room alone. So there's going to be more than anything tonight. It's about stories, about real life stories that people are not only are they taking their health to the next level, but they're also taking their lifestyle and financial situation to the next level. Would anyone like to take their health to the next level? A few of you guys. Well, you fit Melbourne people. Sorry. And then any guys would like to take your lifestyle and financial situation to the next level? Say yes, please. All right, you guys are in the right room. So I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to call up Sarah, and Sarah's going to share about our amazing Juicy Body Transformation Program and the products. She's not nervous.
I'm not nervous at all. Oh, wow, look, there's lots of people here. Okay, so hi, my name's Sarah, and I've been on the products for about 12 months now, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what they are. So if you haven't seen the products before, I've never done this one-handed before because I've never had a microphone in my hand. That didn't take long, did it? Okay. I honestly thought I was going to get through that without snorting, but let's see how far we get, okay? So the products are really simple, okay? And that's one of the things that I loved about them is because they just make sense, okay? So we have fruits, veggies, and berries in a capsule. So in here, we have 30 serves of vine-ripened fruits and vegetables in a capsule. So we're supposed to be eating 9 to 12 serves of fruit and veg every single day. I ate really, really healthy before I started these products, and there was no way that I was getting 9 to 12 serves of fruit and veg every single day. And even if I was eating fruit and veg, you know what? It was peas, beans, broccolis, carrots, potatoes, maybe corn if I was lucky, but I certainly wasn't eating the rainbow of vegetables like we're supposed to get all of our nutrients from. So what I love is these products bridge the gap between what we should be eating and what we do actually eat, because we know that there's a large gap there sometimes for some of us, right? So the amazing thing about these products is they're left to ripen on the vine. Unlike what we get from the supermarkets, right? They're picked while they're green and they're a bit nasty and then put in cold storage for Lord knows how long. But these have got all of their beautiful nutrients and they're allowed to ripen on the vine. So they get picked and they get popped into these beautiful, massive blenders. And I'm talking everything goes in there. Pips, skins, stalks, absolutely everything. They get crushed down and then the sugar and the water is extracted. And what is left is this most beautiful powder full of live nutrients. And then they're encapsulated in a zero oxygen environment into a vegan capsule. So what I love about that is that what we're taking is actually food. So unlike when we take a multivitamin, for instance, we all know everybody's taken a multivitamin And when we take it, we get that disco wee, right? Everybody's had it. And what that is that the multivitamins, they're synthetic. Our body can't absorb them. So when we take them, literally all the money that we're spending is going down to the toilet. It's not okay. So with these products, what is amazing is they're what's called bioavailable. So what you're taking into your body is actually getting absorbed into your body within 7 minutes. How amazing is that? So everything that we're taking is absolutely getting absorbed. And when we're flooding our bodies with 30 serves of fruit and veg every single day, it is just amazing what is happening. And if I'm not going to bore you with all the science, because there is a lot of science backing up these products. And if you are someone that loves to read and loves all the, the science and the nitty gritty, please reach out to the person that's invited you here, because we can absolutely hook you up with all that stuff. I read it and it goes straight over my head. But it is there if you want to read it. So when you're flooding your body with all these fruits and veggies, it's decreasing all of the inflammation in our body. And we know that inflammation in our bodies is, it's not okay. It's the root of a lot of diseases, and we really need to get rid of it. So that's what I love. And it is really simple. It's just one simple change. And the company is called the Company with a Heart. And the reason being is we have these amazing products. I get in trouble all the time for eating these at home. My husband's like, they're not for you, they're for the kids. They do come in adult serves as well if you do have trouble swallowing capsules. But these are our fruits and veg. And we have the largest child health study, which is really amazing. We have over 1 million kids taking these products for free at the moment. So if you have an adult taking the products in your house, you can sponsor a child between the ages of 4 and 18 for up to 4 years. How amazing is that? And all of the studies that are coming back, they are so amazing. So what's happening is our kids are drinking more water, they're eating more fruits and veg. So how many people in here have kids? We have a show of hands? Oh, wow, that's a lot. So all you guys know how hard it is to get your kids to eat fruits and veg. And I'm not just talking like one off the plate, I'm talking about the whole plate. So when the kids, damn it. So I know with my boys, they come downstairs every single morning and they go, where's my veggie burger? They squish them together, the red and the black one, and they call them veggie burgers. And since my kids have been taking these products, it is absolutely amazing the changes that I've made. There's not that fight at dinner time anymore. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't turn them into robots. They're not going to do cartwheels when you bring out the vegetables. But you know what? They eat them, which is so amazing. And my son, who's been on medication literally his whole life for digestive issues, we put him on these products. And the doctors really weren't that much of a help. They basically just said that he had to stay on the products until it was fixed. And he was 8 and he had not been off the medication at all. And his bowel, unfortunately, was so extended that, he was a grade 3 kid at school and he was having accidents. So, you know what, it was quite hard for him. But after being on these chews for literally a week, he started going to the toilet. And he's like, I went to the toilet. And I'm like, that's great. He's like, but I went yesterday. And I'm like, yeah, dude, you're supposed to. And he's like, oh my God, I got to go again. And I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to go every single day. He's like, oh, it's so time consuming. But it's really good now. The fact that his body is actually working the way it's supposed to. And that's what I love. And it is just getting back to basics. It's whole foods, getting all of these varieties of foods into our kids' bodies. And when you're flooding the kids' bodies with all this, what's amazing is their taste buds start to change. They're open to trying more things. And it's like attracts like. So they start to, I know it sounds a bit weird, but they start to crave fruits and veggies. Like I can actually, if my kids are a little bit hungry, I'll go get something from the fridge. They'll come back with a carrot. Like, that's weird. But they love their fruits and veggies now. Really got to stop that. Yeah, so the child health studies, the kids choose are absolutely amazing, and that's what I love about them. So we have our plant-based omegas, which are really exciting. So everybody knows that omegas are really good for, your brain health, your heart health, your skin. There's so many benefits to omegas, but a lot of people, vegetarians, and a lot of people are a little bit concerned about all of the, the pollution in the water. But now we have these amazing plant-based omegas, which is so good. So instead of going to the fish, we go straight to the source. So the fish have beautiful omegas in their body because of the food that they eat, which is the algae. So we go straight to the source. So our algae is beautifully farmed. So you don't have to worry about all the contaminants and all the nasties. It's sustainable, which is really amazing. And we also have other plant-based, omegas in here, which is so amazing. So the fishies can swim away and be free, and we get our beautiful omegas, which is what I love. So the last product that we have is our complete powders. I love these. These are so good. And my kids love that I love these because they have a natural mood enhancer. So they kind of get rid of that cranky mum syndrome. Oh, damn it. So look, when we want our bodies to work at an optimum level, we really should be eating 5 to 6 meals a day. Now, I know a lot of busy mums and dads, they struggle to get those meals in, right? So you worry about the kids, you make sure the kids are all fed, but you don't tend to look after yourself. So if you can't see a meal coming in the next 2 to 3 hours, we want you to have one of these babies. So don't get fooled by the little satchels, okay? They're not a meal replacement. We prefer you to eat whole foods, real foods, right? But if you're not going to eat and you don't have anything available, this is the next best thing, which is so amazing. And, they're dairy-free, gluten-free. They're not packed full of whey proteins. They are plant-based, so your body can process them so much easier. They're really, really handy. There is absolutely no warnings on any of these products, which is so good, because I don't know about you, but if anyone's ever been to a supplement store and you buy all these things and you're like, yay, I'm going to be so healthy. And then you actually read the label. First of all, you have to be a scientist to be able to know what's in them. And then all of a sudden there's got all these warnings. Don't take if you're pregnant, don't take if you're breastfeeding, if your child consumes more than whatever, please seek medical advice. I don't know. If it's not okay for a pregnant woman or a breastfeeding woman to take, why is it okay for me? So there's absolutely no warning signs on here. And that is just, for me, I found that really important. These are also really good for pre and post workouts, which is really amazing. And also school pickup. Like after school pickup, the kids get home, they're all a little bit cranky. I'm trying to organise dinner. Lord knows there's lots of hoo-ha going on. But you know what? I can make them one of these up for the kids and they think they're having a chocolate milkshake. Don't tell them there's 17 superfoods in here and they're actually healthy for them. They don't need to know that. But yeah, so that's our products, which I love. And we also have an amazing program that comes with our products. So once again, it's just teaching people to come back to whole food living. And we have over 250, it's got to be more than that now. The lovely Kira is always adding amazing recipes for us. And they are really, really easy to cook. Seriously, if I can cook them and they're actually edible, anyone can cook them. I'm not the best cook. My son used to say to me before we started this program, good job, Mum, but don't cook that again. Crap. But they are so easy and so user-friendly. There's even pantry guides in there. If you're new to all this whole food cooking, you can go to your pantry guides and know what to keep in your pantries so that you can go to the guides and know that you've got everything that you need to cook a wholesome dinner for your family. And all of my kids eat everything that I have cooked, which is so, it's really cool. So yeah, there's exercise programs, there's shred programs. This is sustainable living. So this is not something that you're going to do for 5 weeks and then get bored of it. This is a lifestyle change. And that's what I have found and all my customers have found, which is really amazing. So we're going to bring the products to life now with a couple of stories. The lovely Katie is going to come up and share her story. Yay! Thank you.
Hi everyone, how are you going? So we've been on the products now for about 16 months. We started them initially because my son is 7 now. He's got cystic fibrosis. So for people who don't know what that is, it is a disease that affects all your internal organs. Their life expectancy is in their 30s, but a lot of them still don't live to see that at that age. So it affects your lungs, digestive system, your pancreas, your liver, pretty much every internal organ that you could think of. He's from day one, he's got chronic sinus disease that he got from 3 weeks old. So in his first year, he had 5 sinus surgeries just so he could breathe and eat. He's spent most of his life in and out of a hospital with simple cold, lands him in hospital for a minimum of 2 weeks on IV antibiotics. So we were in and out all of our life. I tried everything. I would sit there at night and research what I can do to help him because his lung function was low, his liver levels are high, and they said he'll need a double lung transplant, he'll need a liver transplant. All these things. This is by the time he was 3 years old. So for a mum, to see their child going through this, and I went through everything. I went to naturopaths. I tried everything. And to be honest, I was very skeptical of this product. I said, I feed him. Like, he eats, he didn't eat very well, but, he's fine. Like, fruit and veggies aren't going to help us. And I actually said no for 8 months to this product. I got really desperate in the end and said, right, okay, I'm going to do this. And we've been on them, as I said, about 14, 16 months, and it's the best thing we ever did. I wish I'd done it 8 months prior to when I said yes. His lung function has now risen 20% in the last 14 months. So he's now up in the high 80s. He was in the 60s when we first started this product. His liver levels, doesn't need a liver transplant or anything like that now. His sinus disease. So I was flushing his nose out 5 times a day. And he was at school. So I would have to go to school before lunch and flush his nose out just so he could have lunch with all of his school friends. He never had play dates. He never did anything. He spent 3 hours a day of machines and nebulizers and treatments. It's now been reduced from 3 hours down to half an hour a day. He's had 2 admissions in 16 months to hospital as opposed to 8 or 10. And last week we actually had his annual review. Every vitamin level is fine still. His liver levels are fine. His lung function's up. He's now, so for someone with CF, they're usually in the 10% for their weight because they just are so filled with mucus and inflammation. He's now in the top 95th percentile for his weight. So he was going to get peg fed, that got taken off the table. Everything has completely changed. He's at school every single day. He can go and have play dates. He has sleepovers. He's actually now living to be a normal 7-year-old, and I just had no idea about the power of nutrition and what it could actually do to someone's body until I've seen for myself what it really can do. So it's completely changed our life, and we're forever grateful that we said yes. So
Thanks, Katie. So we're going to have another quick story from Julie. Thanks.
So my name's Julie. I've been on the Juice Plus products for 2 years now. I'm a mum of 4, so life is pretty busy. Health has always been something I've been really interested in since my mum had cancer 15 years ago. And watching her go through that, I was like, I never want to go through that, and I certainly don't want to see anyone I love go through that. When I came across the products, I was amazed about, I'd never heard of them. I'd been to naturopaths, I'd been to so many different health things, and I'd never ever heard of them. And I was really blown away by the fact that taking more fruits and vegetables instead of all of the synthetic vitamins that I've been taking for years could make such a difference, to my health. So some of the first things that I noticed for myself was that my head was clearer. So how you get that mummy brain fog when you're breastfeeding? I just thought that would never go away. I thought that would just continue to be there. And so within a couple of days that lifted. I was breastfeeding twins, so my milk supply was so good that I actually breastfed them till they were 18 months old. And I didn't have to stop. I could have kept going, but I didn't. And I managed to follow the program and also lose 15 kilos. What I love about the program and what it's given to me as a mum is all the other ones before that I found were, you can't take this when you're breastfeeding. It wasn't safe. It wasn't safe for your kids. You have to stop eating meals. And to me, that just didn't make sense. So what I love about it is it's whole food. It's about, living a lifestyle, not calorie counting, not, counting points or anything like that. What I found since I started the program is that I haven't had to jump on the scales. I'm not worrying about counting calories. I'm not having nightmares that I woke up and thought that I ate a caramel slice or something. I'm actually just filling my body with whole food. I also suffered really badly from postnatal depression after my second son was born. And one of the things that I did when I went on to medication was I decided that I wanted to look at my diet completely. So I decided to look at whole foods, and it was through that journey that I came across the Juice Plus products. I actually went off my medication before starting Juice Plus, but I had noticed my moods were quite sort of, up and down, not as bad as they'd been, but they were up and down. And since being on the products, hands up if you get symptoms at that time of the month and you kind of get those sort of mood swings. I've noticed how much my moods are way more even, which is great for my kids, a bit like Sarah said, from the shakes, which has been amazing. But more than that, I think the biggest thing about Juice Plus is what it gives for the whole family. My son, Leo, suffered from eczema from a really young age. All we'd ever been recommended for him was to use hydrocortisone cream. And it didn't sit well with me. I used to wake up in the night and think, I just really don't want to put it on his skin. And the doctors would always say, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not going to thin his skin. You're just being silly. But it never seemed to clear it up for long. And just when the products were about to arrive, we were actually at his allergy specialist because he has a peanut allergy. And she said, look, his eczema's just flared up and you really need to do something about it. So I'm going to write you a script. She wrote me a script for 20 tubes of hydrocortisone cream and said that should get rid of it. But what I noticed was she had a patch of eczema on her arm, and I was thinking, well, if that's her sort of theory, that's not working for her, is it? So when the Juice Plus products came, I just put Leo onto them. Within 2 weeks, the eczema around his eyes completely disappeared. And within 3 to 4 months, the eczema in his elbows and the backs of his knees actually disappeared. And he was a boy who had been getting teased by kids at school to say that he should wear bandages on his arms. So, I had spent so much money on creams and things, and to think that something like these veggie chews and fruit chews were all that he had to take has been amazing. So that in itself. And I've so many more things that I could share about that my family have had, from my mum to my husband and everything, but I could be up here all night. So I'm just going to pass it back to Adam, but thanks.
Thank you, Jules. Thanks, guys, for sharing. Thank you, Sarah. You and all your snorts. We appreciate it. So we're going to kind of switch gear. And like Sarah shared, if any of this resonated with around the program or the products and you're not taking Juice Plus, please, the worst thing that could happen about a night like tonight is that you took your health to the next level by utilizing an amazing program, a couple of great products. Certainly for me, they just make sense. Fruit and vegetables, who doesn't need more of them in their diet each and every day? But like I said, we're going to switch gear. We're going to talk a little bit about what our business is all about. And if you're a skeptic, this is your time, because we're going to share about that, because I think we're all skeptics in the beginning. So I'm going to bring up Jess and Jess going to share a little bit about it. Give her a round of applause.
Thank you. All right, so you think you're a skeptic. We were on our way to Sushi Train in the Gold Coast to meet the one and only Scott Harris for lunch. And in the car, I'm going to my husband, this better not be one of those things. It better freaking not. We get there, and he chats to us, and halfway through lunch, we're like, okay, Scott, well, what was this all about? Like, you haven't even said anything yet. And he starts telling us about this opportunity. I, in the inside, was going, how dare you? You're supposed to love me. Why are you doing this to me? And he then said a line, which I'll never forget. And he talked about how Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, and Jim Rohn are all huge advocates of this business structure. And I had to kind of ask myself, do I know more than Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, Jim Rohn, and Scott Harris in the way of creating wealth whilst being able to serve people? I kind of had to say no at that point, obviously not all those guys put together. And I started to realize that it was just that I had this massive negative opinion about something I really didn't know deeply enough about. I'd just taken it off of everyone else's experiences and some of my own past experiences of how people hadn't done it properly. But it's like hairdressers. If a hairdresser screws up your haircut, do you swear off all hairdressers for the rest of your life? Yes or no? No, you go find a really good one, right? Because you don't want to have really bad hair. Okay, just me. I like having good hair. No one else. Fair enough. So for me, when I fully started to hear this, I was sitting in a room with you guys. So even after Scott spoke to me, bless his cotton socks, I still wasn't on board. I went and sat in a room much like you are, and I started hearing a mum talk, and there was heaps of mums that kept talking, and each one, I swear, I just cried more and more every time they spoke. For me, my husband and I actually have a successful traditional business. We tour around Australia running personal growth courses. The thing is, there's no room in our life for kids right now. We're on the road so many months of the year. I only know that we're home 3 months. So how many is that? Like 9 months of the year we're on the road? Where would kids fit into that? Like, we're literally in a car driving from place to place. There's not even room in the car for the kids. And if I wanted to have children right now, I'd be the one staying home, and my husband would be the one continuing to bring the money in and be able to provide the lifestyle whilst changing lives. I have 2 problems with that. 1, I want a father that's actually there. 2, I still want to be able to empower people. There is no freaking way you're sticking me in a house for the rest of my life. That's not happening. So when I started to understand that this is also about helping people, then you couldn't stop me. And this mum shared about how she would brought her husband home from fly in, fly out work. So fly over 2 or 3 weeks to Perth and do work, come home for like 1 or 2 weeks, which he was missing out on his kids growing up, right? I didn't want that. Not only that, my own stepfather and my mum worked every day. They worked so hard just to put food on the table and put us through school. They didn't get to see us grow up. We grew up together, me and my siblings. I don't want that. I don't want children who don't get to see their father, or a father that doesn't get to see his children. And yet we keep going and working 9 to 5s or doing traditional businesses thinking they're the way, and yet they come with way more freaking responsibility and problems. Oh my goodness. For me, seeing that she had brought her husband home in a very relatively quick time from a business she did from home. And then he left her. Whatever happened, they split up. Now, normally, a single mama too would have to go back to work to keep providing a lifestyle, right? Yes or no? Right? And then she stood there and she explained that she got to say to her 2 little girls, spin the globe, honeys, wherever your finger lands, that's where we're going on holidays. We never even went on holidays as kids. We didn't even get to have school holidays with our mum and dad at home, let alone go freaking overseas. Like, she did all that from home. From home, in stolen moments. She got to be there with her kids throughout all of it and have a lifestyle. Not only had I used a box of tissues, but at that point I was like, okay, now I want to know more. Now I'm ready to listen. And now I want to be a part of this too. And I am so grateful that I am, because I now get to, with every single person that I get to help, I'm also getting to provide a life for my future children. I don't have kids yet. But not only that, I get to help amazing women and men that want to provide a lifestyle for their families. I have had people within my team message me and say, thanks to you, I can pay rent this week. Thanks to you, I can now take my son and my mum on a holiday to the Gold Coast. Go Emma. Twice. And while she's doing that, we're all helping people get healthier and fitter. Like, I could tell you about all the health stuff as well, but you guys have heard amazing stories already. So when I said to you before that I had this negative opinion of that system, the one I was talking about is that one. You guys have heard about that, right? That naughty thing that we can't even say the word of, right? The pyramid scheme. Ugh. By the way, they were made illegal in the 1970s. So if this company was a pyramid scheme, they'd know about it by now. But let's go through this. Let's talk about Woolworths and Coles, right? You have checkout chicks down here. There's always a really nice one called Lisa. Now, Lisa could potentially lose her job just with an easy technological advance. You guys have all seen self-serve checkouts, yes or no? Yeah? Now I see Lisa sitting there, not even serving anyone because everyone's lining up to do self-serve. How bizarre is that? So she could lose her job there. But then she's got managers for each area in that store, and then you've got the store managers, and then you got directors, and all. I know you have more people in between, but it would ruin my drawing. Come on. By the way, I think I'm funny, but I'm really not. So that was a joke, just so you guys can catch along. Now, Lisa, if she wanted to get up to here, she'd have to work really hard. Not only that, she'd have to compete with all the people who are probably now her friends because she works with them. So it's not something where they go, hey, let's all get to the next position together. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Let's compete. She gets here. She gets a little bit more money and a lot more hours and a lot more responsibility. And even if she doesn't get paid for it, and I've seen this within my own family, they don't get paid for the extra hours, but they're expected to do them because it's a part of their role. You need to get these things done. Sorry that takes longer than you're getting paid for. And then if she wants to go up here again, she's got to compete. She's got to then work more hours, more responsibility for not much more money. The idea of Lisa becoming CEO of Coles or Woolworths, it's not going to happen. Ever, ever, ever. Not going to happen. Bless her cotton socks. She's working her butt off, but she's not going to get that money. What I really love about this business, as I think, Sarah, you said it before, it is the company with a heart for more than one reason. It does look after their people in health and in business. We all start down here. Now, it doesn't matter what that means, but it's just a couple of letters, VF and NMD. We all start down here, and the beautiful thing, we all get to go to the top. It's dependent on you. And what I love most is you can't get up here unless you are helping other people. You are raising other people up. So this isn't competition. This is collective people working together. And we see so many people out there try and do things by themselves, and it takes so much effort and so long, and they never really get there. But if we do things together as a team, one, it is way more fun. I have so much more fun in this business. I can call people up and ask questions. You can't do that in your own traditional business. It sucks. So you can all get up to the top as long as you work as a team, and you can raise other people up. It's amazing. There's just no stopping. And we have fun. Like, you guys have all seen Adam. He's hilarious, way funnier than me. And we get to have so much fun together. So I was a massive skeptic, as you can see, but being in this business and I actually started taking the product to prove everyone wrong. I got proven wrong. It actually works very well. But it's so many levels of opportunity to help people with their health, but then also to help people with a lifestyle. And that I will forever be grateful for. But I think it's time to bring you back up, because otherwise I'm taking the mic with me. Okay, here you go. They knew that was going to happen, so they gave him another mic. Give it back to Adam.
Thanks, Jess. Give her a round of applause. Awesome. I just want to quickly explain a little bit more about the business, which I certainly love. I don't know about you guys, but one of my ultimate number one values in life is staying cool. Who likes to stay cool? Like cool. Put the cool shades on. That's certainly, when I saw this business, I was very skeptical. And one of the reasons I was skeptical is that I saw the way some people went around doing businesses like this. Come around from my place for a barbecue, and then all of a sudden a flip chart has anyone had a flip chart put on them once before? I've had a few of them before. So I thought, the only way you could be successful is hunt down all your friends. And to be honest, I like my friends, and most of them. And so I don't want to lose them. Scott, you're one of the ones I like. So I wanted to keep most of my friends, and I certainly didn't want to be successful in life and have lifestyle freedom and be successful at this if it meant that you were going to lose your friends over it. I wasn't into that. But I want to assure you guys that you certainly don't have to hunt down anyone to be successful in this business. The one thing that I really got when I came along to this, that this business is about helping people. And Jess shared it before, we get to help people with health. And would you guys agree, there are some people around there in your life that are looking, and I'm not saying you need to hunt them, but there are people around you that want to lose weight, that want more energy, that get sick all the time, and that just by you recommending something that you love, that this would make sense. Would that be true? No different, guys, when you go to a restaurant and you get a great meal that comes out in front of you, what happens? You guys don't eat it. Well, I know I don't eat it. My wife wants to take a photo of it first. And I'm always eating cold food for the benefit of who? The restaurant's not sending us checks in the mail. I'm like, this is cold food for what? So we look cool. Well, that's kind of cool. So that's important. But I think, if this is you, like it was for me in the beginning, there was certainly some people that I thought I could recommend the program and product to, people that I wanted to help, people around me, family members, friends that I knew that were always getting sick. They're always tired. They're always whinging. Some of those people don't want to get better, by the way. They like whinging. It's part of their story. Nothing to talk about if they didn't whinge, but some people do. And the other side of it is that you get to help people that are looking for a better way. You know, the thing that I know that $500 to $1,000, maybe not for Melbourne people, I know you guys are all uber successful, but for most people that I go around and meet, $500 to $1,000 for a lot of people make a big difference to a lot of families. A big difference. You know, it's a car payment, it's the grocery bills. As long as you're not, I was in New Zealand last week. Most of them have got 4 or 5 kids, so that's not going to feed them, but at least half their family, right? So the thing is, for $500 to $1,000 makes a big difference, and that's what I call person A. Someone that loves the idea of the products, would maybe potentially love to get it for free, put an extra $500 to $1,000 in a month. The first person I ever shared the business with was a girl by the name of Lauren, and that's all she wanted because I knew she loved travel. And I saw this was a great opportunity for her to travel more, a way to put a $500 to $1,000, a little side hustle thing she could do. She was always on social media, so I said, why not make a little bit of money while you're on there? And she loved the idea of it. Now, you might be person B, that you want to be able to go from your full-time job to part-time, or pursue the passions that you have because you want to, not because you have to. Not that you're sweating over it. Not that you're trading time for money. For me, I trade time for money in my personal training role. When clients turned up, I got paid. But when they didn't turn up, or I went on holidays, I didn't get paid. So I certainly saw this in the beginning. This was a vehicle to allow myself and the other people I work with a great vehicle to help create an extra stream of income, an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Or you might be person C, that you want to change your life, that you're sick of the BS story that we've been fed and you want to create a better way. And you can see that this actually might be the vehicle for you. And I'll be honest with you guys, I saw that very quickly in this. I saw that this could change our life. You know, I saw a young guy standing in the front of a lounge room. Actually, I was in the lounge room and he Skyped in, and he was in the UK, and he shared that he'd made $200,000 for the month. Now, I didn't think it was true, but I thought if I could make 5 or 10% of that a month, that could change our life. And I thought, I'm going to have a closer look at this. You know, the example I want to give you guys is this, is the first person I shared the business with was Lauren. We call her Loz. And Lauren knew a girl who was 6 months pregnant at the time, about to have her second baba. She didn't want to go back to work, but they certainly couldn't afford to be on one income. So she knew that she was looking for something to do from home. So Lauren reached out to her. She asked her, have you found anything? She said, not yet. And Lauren said, hey, I might have something you could be interested in. Could I send you something? Have a look at it. She had a look at it. She loved it. And then Lauren taught Kirsten how to do the business. Then Kirsten shared the products and the program with her mum. Her mum actually lost 30 or 40 kilos. Her thyroid condition changed over 12 months. And so everyone noticed Rhonda's results. Everyone started to ask Rhonda about it. And so Rhonda was interested in how could I get the products for free and be person A. So Kirsten taught her how to do the business. Now Rhonda had a girlfriend that was kind of a little interested in what she was doing, and then she just taught her. Now the reality is, guys, just in this example, the only person that I knew was who? Lauren. Now the thing is, things can change over time. And the cool thing is, many of you guys I know these days, but most of you guys I was never, ever going to know. Ever know. And that's the power of this business. You know, over time, I've taught another guy, Lorian, and a few other people. I taught my wife, and she decided she was going to blow this thing up. Not in the beginning, by the way. She thought I was crazy in the beginning. But after 7 months, after her telling me that you're crazy and I don't think you should do it, it's the only thing I'm allowed to openly say that I was right and she was wrong. And we're filming it too, and I'll send it to her, right? So that's the great thing about this business. And over time, you guys can see what happens to a business like this. This thing is like a spider web that just continues to branch off. And it honestly, it gets to a point that I love. It doesn't happen overnight, but certainly has the ability to grow with or without you over time. The big difference between this and my traditional business, when I went on holidays, my business didn't grow. I prayed that it was still there when I got back. Actually, I probably hoped that it burned down at some times. I didn't go on many holidays, by the way. And when I did go on holidays, I certainly didn't switch off. I was always thinking about work. My wife would always say to me, why can't you just be present? Why can't you just be with us? And I'm like, you know how much it's hanging over our head, right? Yeah, the cogs are turning. We got to keep this thing going. The great thing about this, like I said, it grows with or without you over time because everyone's got a vested interest. Everyone's helping one another. And that's the beauty and how smart this business really is. The other thing that I love about this is that we do get paid. And the amount of money that you get paid in this business is just a direct reflection of the amount of people that you're helping every day. People that you're helping with health, people that you're helping with lifestyle and wealth and financial. We're going to have some guys come up and share their stories in a minute. But we also get paid 3 different ways. The first way we get paid in our business is what we call retail profit. And all we're doing, guys, is we're connecting the customer with the company. The company ships the product straight to the customer. You put them in the JBT program that's completely free for all your customers. You love on them, and that's it. You can have customers in at least 30 different countries in the world. We have customers in Israel. I've never been there. I don't know if I'm planning on going there either. Maybe I should put some money back into their economy because it's coming out, right? So that's the great thing about this business. No holding cost. Did I say no staff? No staff. I love no staff. Actually, we're just about to employ our first staff member. We're making more money. Well, I wouldn't say more. We're making the same amount of money that we were per year, now per month. I needed 30 staff to be able to generate the profit per year that we have with no staff per month. That's crazy. That is crazy when you think about that. The second way we get paid in our business is we get paid commission. And this is what we often coin as the beach money. It's the residual income. It's the passive income. It's the reason I did this business. That this is the stuff is otherwise said to be the performance bonus. When you're raising other people up, you're helping other people be successful, then you're getting paid a small performance bonus on what the total volume of sales that's going through your business worldwide. That's nuts when you get to see what that can be. And then the third way we get paid is we get paid bonuses. Who loves a bonus? Put your hand up if you love a bonus. Some of you guys don't. Keep your hand up. Show me who loves a bonus. How many guys are expecting a Christmas bonus? Keep your hand up from the people that you work for. Or, sorry, John, your staff here. They better get one. They put their hands down. That's not good. Right? The bonuses are a thing of the past. It's done and dusted. That's our parents used to get bonuses. Bonuses are done. The great thing about this business, there's loads and loads of bonuses. They start as little as $100 and they actually go up to as much as $10,000. Some of the bonuses are this. The first level in our business is what we call SDVF. It doesn't matter if you don't remember what this is. I still don't, really. I'll be lucky if I get it right. It's called Senior Direct Virtual Franchisee. When you get there, you get a $400 bonus. And because our business is about teaching and raising and helping people succeed, the person who taught you and introduced you, they also get paid a $400 bonus. Happy days. The second level in our business is called Sales Coordinator. When you get there, you get a $600 bonus. And the person who taught you also gets paid a $600 bonus. I want to share a really quick story because it's one that's very close to my heart. The first girl I shared the business with, do you remember her name? Lauren. Lois. You were listening. So Lauren wanted to make $500 to $1,000 a month so she could put in a separate account so she could go on at least one awesome holiday every year. Lauren was able to get to Sales Coordinator in her first 9 weeks. By the time Lauren got there, not only she'd been able to pick up some of these bonuses, but she'd made just short of $6,000 in her first 9 weeks. She'd made half, or almost, if she only wanted $500 a month, she'd almost made all of what she wanted to make in 9 weeks, what she wanted to make in 12 months. Pretty awesome. It's possible. I share these stories with you guys not because I'm trying to brag. I'm trying to impress upon you what's possible. It's not typical though, because you got to do shit. The next level, SSC, Senior Sales Coordinator. When you get there, you get a $1,200 bonus, and the person who taught you, guess what they get? They get $1,200 also. We've got a few SSCs in the room, but I'm going to get Jen to come up, and she's going to share a story. So give her a round of applause. Jen, love for you to share just how did the Juice Plus business come into your life and what do you love about it? How's it changing your life?
Yeah, sure. So the business came into my life when I was actually kind of ready to go back to work. I actually worked across the road at Fairfax, and I've got a 1.5-year-old. Sorry, he was 1.5 when I was looking for it. I got a 3-year-old and a 5-month-old now. And yeah, I was really daunted about the fact of going back to work because I live an hour out of the city. So it's a huge commute. And I really, really didn't want to have to put my 18-month in childcare,
spend an hour each way into the office, work for a huge amount of hours, not get to bring up my son. And then, you know, in the job that I was doing, I was, you know, overworked, underpaid, heaps and heaps of responsibility. So when I looked into this, I really thought, what if this could be something that would enable me to earn an income from home with my kids? At the time, child. So it was amazing that it was something that, you know, I asked a lot of questions. The product really made sense to me, but the magic of what this business could be was really what struck a chord, and thought, yes, you know, this is something that's going to, you know, enable me to not miss out on all the magical moments. And, you know, I was just a mum wanting to stay home with my kids. And, you know, we were really at a situation where we, you know, we had the rent, you know, so we had the mortgage paid and the food, but after that, there was nothing else. So this business has enabled us to dream again. We've been able to go on holidays. I just flew, you know, our whole family up to Gold Coast to see all these guys. And, you know, we've got a second car. We've been able to put holidays back on the table, do a few fun mummy things, and really start thinking about the future of then, you know, bringing my hubby home, and, yeah, so much more of what this business can be, and really excited about sharing it with other mums and enable them to be able to stay at home with their kids and not miss out on all those, you know, special magical moments.
Thank you. Awesome, Jen. The next level in our business is what we call QNMD. When you get there, you get a $1,500 bonus, and the person that taught you also gets paid a $1,500 bonus. And then the level that Jess shared before, NMD, National Marketing Director, which is one of our pinnacle positions. When you get there, you get a $3,000 bonus. And in my experience, the person that taught you how to get there, they're probably making enough money that the $3,000, they don't care, they don't get that anymore. In my experience, most people in our team, once they get to NMD, they've probably created for themselves about an $8,000 a month income. Now, if you guys want to do the sums on that, that is a six-figure income. What's really exciting about this is that we're seeing people do this, go from the start to here in 12 to 18 months. Doing it very part-time, like doing it in and around their full-time job. I didn't have to risk my job to be able to transition into this. I did the transition. So we have got another amazing mama. It's themes of mamas. We're going to get to some guy stories. Don't worry, guys. But Kyla hiding up the back. Oh, baby's asleep. There's no chance of baby staying asleep after this. So this is how you get to do the business. So just don't scream too much. But this is Kyla. She's an amazing mama. Has done an amazing job. So we're going to just get her to share a story. But you guys can't clap. So like this.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name's Kyla.
Well, how did Juice Plus come into your life, and how's it changed your life?
Facebook. So I was a stay-at-home mum to my big girl, Nellie, when Juice Plus came into my life. I was on mat leave and petrified of having to leave her and return to work. So I was hustling around trying to find an opportunity to work from home, and my sister-in-law tagged me in a post on Facebook by a complete stranger who was looking for people who wanted to work from home around their children, inspiring healthy living. And I applied for that job so hard. That was everything that I was looking for in my life. I did a little bit of research. I watched the event. It sounds too good to be true, to be honest. I was very skeptical, but I met Adam through a Zoom, and he told me about the potential of this business, and I said, I'll be NMD. I'm going to do that. I don't know how, but I will make it happen. So I, jumped in. I gave it a crack. I worked around my children. I've got two now, as you can tell. The business has completely changed our lives. I went NMD in 15 months. I resigned from the job that I was on mat leave from probably about 4 months after I started the business. I just had complete faith that it was going to work. I decided it was going to work, and I made it happen. And now I, have two amazing children. We, live an organic lifestyle. I choose the hours I work around my kids. I bring them with me to events. Adam's played with both my girls and had a ball. This business is life-changing. It has been amazing for me. Now it is just all about my team and helping them create their lives, create their goals, create their dreams. And it is such a blessing to watch them grow and flourish and, tick off their goals. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful culture to be a part of. So, yeah, thank you.
No clapping. She's amazing, by the way. So you can get, when she leaves, we'll give her a bigger applause or something like that. I want to share a little bit about my story, but before I do that, one of the things I love about this business is that often, I certainly did not want to share this with any of my friends because I'm like, I'm not going to be that person. I'm not, almost so that I almost reserve myself from sharing with my friends. But, I think one of the great things that you get to do along the way is you really get to help people around you that you really want to help and share this journey with and share the fun. And at the beginning of this year, one of my best buddies in the whole world, him and his wife, randomly just said, we want to get involved. And I want to let you guys know before, I'm going to get Scott up and share his story. Scott is not an ordinary human being. When I say he does extraordinary things, he shares the stage with people like Tony Robbins on a regular basis. You guys know who Tony Robbins is? Yeah, okay, he's like the guru, right? Oh no, he's not your guru. So if you've seen the documentary. So, but he shares a stage with Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki. Only last month, he was telling me this story, as he does, that he was hanging out with Richard Branson at his house, as you do when you're hanging out. So to have someone of that caliber join this movement, join that, says a lot about what this is all about. He's got a lot on the line to do that. So I'm going to get Scott to come up here and maybe put some sense into why he's doing this to share with you guys. So give him a round of applause.
I'm here to give you hope. Who'd like some hope? And by that I mean I am the slowest person in this room. And I know that because Adam saw this business about 3 years ago, probably knew about it a couple of years before that from Linda and so on. I first saw this business when many of you were not alive. I first saw this business in the last century. I went to the first Juice Plus meeting in Australia in April of 1998. That's when I saw it. It was the very first meeting of Juice Plus in Australia ever. We just worked it out. We were at national conference together. The person who ran the meeting was there. I said, I was at that meeting. I explained the room. I was there. My mum got in. She thought it was going to be awesome. I said, that'll never work. That won't take off. So I'm here to give you hope. I'll tell you what, if you've asked some folks and they've said no, trust me, go ask them again. And go ask them again and go ask them again because you just don't know what's going to happen. We saw Adam and Kira get involved in this business. Gosh, 3 years ago, I know his upline. I've known Linda for 10 years, if you know her. I've known Jeff Roberti. How many have heard of Jeff Roberti? I've known Jeff Roberti for more than 15 years, talked about this business with him. I know Lauren Slocum. I've known her for 20 years. So I've known about this business for a long time. And we never got involved in it because we were doing okay. In fact, we were doing well. By many people's measurements, we were doing well. I know how to make a multiple seven-figure income. That, for me, that's not a complicated thing. But I want to give you hope because beyond the income of this business is the wealth. And sometimes people confuse the two. Just so you know, income is for doing a couple of simple things. Income, who likes income, by the way? Income is for buying groceries and plane tickets and babysitters and cool lifestyle stuff. You need income. And you need income every month. How many want to buy some organic groceries every week? How many want to buy some plane tickets every month? How many want to buy some cool experiences for your family and friend every month? So you need income. But beyond that is wealth. And I just look at these numbers that Adam's sharing, just so you understand what these numbers mean. $8,000 a month is about $100,000 a year. Now in Australia, we're all addicted to property. How many have seen a TV show that's about property, renovating property, buying property, adding value to property? Who's seen some version of you should own some property? And the reason for that is not because we love bricks and mortar. It's because property will build you what? Build you some wealth. Does that make sense? If you own 2 or 3 or 4 properties, you'll be rich. I want you to understand this. If you can build in 12 to 18 months an $8,000 a month income, I want you to hear me now. This is what I do for a living. That's the equivalent of building outright in 1 year $1 million. What's the number, please? $1 million net worth property portfolio. So not a property portfolio that's worth $1 million with $800,000 of mortgages. That's the equivalent in 1 year of paying off $1 million. Excuse me, I'm sorry, $2 million. $100,000 is $2 million. That's the equivalent of paying off $2 million of property in 1 year. If you owned $2 million of property with no loans, that would make you about an $8,000 or $9,000 a month income. If you can show me how to build a $2 million property portfolio in 1 year, sign me up. I'm in. That's the power of the wealth of this business. I don't think Adam understands in 3 years, he and Kira have built a business that's worth, hear me now, $25 million. Who'd be excited about that? Give Adam and Kira a hand back. That's what it's worth. That's what it's worth. So I love this business for all the reasons Adam and Kira said. I love that they're helping people. We love health and fitness. That's kind of how we met and hung out. We had the same midwives. We've got all the same values of helping and serving and giving. We love helping raise people up. Love hearing the stories. Love watching Shane and Jess and Emma. Never know what they're doing. But I just want you to understand, if once you get your income taken care of, which you should do, how many of you in the next, 6 to 12 months are really committed to take care of your income? Who's up for doing that? I mean, it's a simple job. 6 to 12 months, get to NMD. If you need some more, get to the next level. It's not hard to get to 8 to 10 to 12 grand a month. And then everyone can do this. Everyone can go, because you can then make some choices then about holidays, about family, about shutting your shop, about doing some cool stuff. But beyond that, you can really build some wealth in this business. And in traditional business, how many in traditional business? When you're in traditional business, you think two of the sexiest words are tax-free. How can I run a few things through my business? How can I run this iPod through my business, this iPad, my staff member, tax-free? I used to think tax-free was two of the sexiest words in the world, but they're not. I'll tell you two sexy words: recurring and residual. Really important words. Recurring and residual means all the hard work you're doing today, you're going to get paid 100 times. You're going to get paid 12 months a year for every year you keep paying your, the $165 a year it costs you to be involved. The $165 a year it costs us to be involved is the cheapest business administration fee in your life, and you're going to get paid forever. And I think sometimes when we're neck deep in the children and the PMs and the messages and the links, we forget you're not doing it for this month's check. This month's check is nice, but you're doing it for the next check and the next check and the next check and the next check. And if you keep doing it, there'll become a time where you stop doing the PMs or you start playing more golf. I mean, he's playing virtual golf, for God's sake. How desperate does he have to be? It's not even real golf. It's fucking virtual golf. I mean, it's crazy because he's got nothing else to do because he's not working 60 hours a week. Does that make sense? He flew down at lunchtime. He took a few calls. He played a bit of virtual golf. He ate some sushi. He's here for tonight. We'll go out for a sandwich later on. That's it. That's his day. It's not a big day. But the checks keep coming. Next month, next month, next month, next month. That's kind of what I want to share with you. We love this business. We think it's an incredible blessing. What Adam and Kira have built is extraordinary. We're blessed to be in this team with them. We love being part of the Team Freestyle journey. And I would say to you, as Brian Marsh would say, if you know Brian, hold your vision big. Take care of your income. Get some income. You need some income to buy groceries and to buy plane tickets. But then think about the wealth this could be. And if you're on last month's call that I did, wealth's really important. The world needs really good, kind-hearted people who have got lots of money. How many of you, if you had lots of money, I mean lots and lots of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars each month, how many reckon you could find some pretty cool things to do for families, friends, communities, schools, environments, women, children? Who could do some of that? Say yes. Then that's your job. That's your job. Your job is to make lots of income, buy some nice organic vegetables, buy some nice travels and holidays and homes, and then go do some really cool stuff in the community. And if you think about all the people in this room and all the people on Zoom right now, if everybody here built a business like Adam and Kira, the impact we could make on literally, I'm not exaggerating, hundreds of thousands of lives in whatever you're passionate about. Children, the environment, schools, church, whatever it's to be. That's the power we have. So we're excited. Thanks for having us. And we love watching and working and growing with Adam and Kira, because these guys, you guys may not get it. Adam said, I work with the world's best. I mean, literally, I was with Simon Sinek. You guys know Simon Sinek? From Start With Why, Power of Why. I just was with him on his birthday. In the last month, I've spoken personally one-on-one with Richard Branson, Gary Vee, Tony Robbins. Gosh, I can't remember the list of names. And I say that not to brag. I know some cool people. And in that list of people, I would put Adam and Kira Westwick, who are building the fastest growing team on the entire planet in this business. That's a pretty amazing thing. Give it up for Adam and Kira. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Scotty. Appreciate it. Nice kind words. I just want to share a little, there's something that's close to my heart. I'm not going to keep you guys any longer, but something significant that happened in our life. We came into this business out of desperation in the beginning. You know, our life had to change. Our relationship wasn't great. I was hardly seeing my wife. I think there's no wonder so many relationships don't make it with life stresses. And certainly I thought we were going down that path. I thought she was crazy. And then I realized it was the stress of life that was getting us. And I just had to do a better job. But we got to look after ourselves, and we certainly live a nice life these days. But Kira got to make a pretty special phone call last week. Some of you guys know this story. One of our goals and things that drive us every day these days is contribution. And both our mums have been single mums pretty much all our lives, certainly a good part of our lives, and we really want to look after them. And Kira had the opportunity to ring her mum. Now, she was in the middle of a shopping centre, so it possibly wasn't great timing. But she rang her to let her know that her mortgage, it's done. Kira's going to pick up her mortgage from now on, and she can go and pursue the things she wants to do and go find a job that she wants to do rather than do the one that she has to do to make ends meet. And that's the gift of this business, you know, to do that. I know one of my personal goals is to surprise my mum, even though she told me I don't want anything like that, but to surprise my mum with a property over the next 12 to 24 months, to just be able to flick her some keys and say, there, you're good. She's rented a house all her life. And just to say, you're good, mum, and live life happily and go and do whatever you want. If you want to keep working, keep doing that, whatever. And that's the gift that this business does. So I share that with you guys, again, not to impress you, but to impress upon you what this opportunity really has. There's so many layers of it. It's an amazing journey. This doesn't happen for everyone. You actually got to do shit. So if you think this is a get-rich-quick scheme, I just want to give you a disclaimer. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You got to do stuff, but I don't know many other things that you could do in the next 3 to 5 years in and around your full-time jobs or your full-time life that you could wake up in 5 years' time and go, wow, look at this. That's the gift this is. So thank you so much. We're going to go down to the bar. I hope the barman knows there's about this many people in the room. Please stick around, ask some questions if you've got any. Thank you guys who came out. I appreciate it. And do what I did. Consider what if. What if this thing could change my life? Wonder what if. Thank you guys.